All right, so here on screen you can see the 6 competitive games that I played last night on stream. I'm not going to go over every little detail of them because that gets a bit mundane and you guys can read, but I'll just go through the quick overviews. All right, so we lost 10-13, we won 10-13, we lost 11-13, won 13-5, 13-1, and then lost 13-15. In these games, I got match MVP twice and a team MVP once, which was nice. This very first game, I don't think I was warmed up enough, and I played very poorly, and that's my fault. We lost that game largely on me. But so I sat down, and as you see on screen here, I made this little doc sheet. I'm not great at organizing like Excel sheets and doc sheets and stuff like that. But this is an in-depth look at these 6 games, right? So we won 3 and we lost 3. And if you take my rank rating change per all the games, these are how much I went up and down from each game, we had a total rating change of +8. So essentially through those 8 games, from the beginning to the end of the day, I went up 8 MMR, or 8 rank rating. Now, rounds played throughout the game, I broke them all down, added them up for a total of 73 rounds to 57 rounds. So we won 73 rounds, we lost 57 rounds, and that is a 16 round differential. So obviously there's a lot more that goes into it than just the rounds, but if you're looking at the rounds, which the rank rating seems to work largely based off of rounds in my opinion, we had a 16 round differential, and we went up 8 rank ratings. So for every 2 round differential, we went up 2 rank rating. Is a kind of easy way, very, very simplified way to look at it. Obviously, that's not completely accurate because there's a lot more things that go into it. Then I looked at my kill to death ratio and found that between all these games, I went 116 and 93. Not great. 93 deaths in 6 games. That's pretty terrible. With a KD differential of 23, plus 23, I should actually. Bloop, plus 23. Right? So if you look at this, not looking at assists, not looking at first bloods, plants, diffuses, stuff like that, or what agent I was playing, we won 16 more rounds than we lost, and we got 23 more kills than we died. And from that, we went up 8 rank rating. Sorry, having trouble enunciating. But when I first saw this right here, and I saw how much we went up and down, this looked pretty bad to me. It didn't make much sense, and I couldn't really understand why all these numbers were so similar. See, down 24 and up 24. Well, I went down 24 and I went 10 and 18, but I went up 24 and I went 26 and 17. It just didn't make any sense to me why these numbers worked the way that they did, and especially this right here. I went 20 and 6 and we won 13-1, and I only went up 29, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But then once I broke down all the games, it really does make sense. I went up 8 in total, and I went positive 23 kills and positive 16 rounds. Now, the one thing I did want to talk about really quickly that I don't like about the way that this rank system works, and I think the major issue with this rank system. Once I broke all these things down, I realized that, hey, you know what, this actually works pretty well. I'd say that that's pretty fair that I went up 8 rating in those games, right? Going up and down in rank should not be, in my opinion, something that happens really quickly. I don't think that you should ever lose, an insane amount of ELO or gain an insane amount of ELO rank rating, right? I don't think you should ever play a game and go up by 70 points, right? It's just, it wouldn't work that way. There would be too much disparity in ranks. But I want to look at this game right here. This 13-1 game where I went 20 and 6. Now, once we click on this, it looks like I played a great game, and I did. But look at these ranks. Now, last act, we were told that you could only play with people that were within a 3 rank differential of you, right? So if you were, say, Diamond 2, like I am, the lowest I could play with is a Plat 2, and the highest I could play with is an Immortal 2. Now, granted, Immortal 2 doesn't exist anymore, so you can hypothetically play Radiants because Radiants are from what I understand, considered the same as a mortal when it's taken into the rank system. It is clearly not the same case in this particular act. Now, I know that HitScan made a video where he talked about the fact that it goes off MMR and not your actual rank, and that inside of one particular rank you could have people with vastly different MMRs, which I think is a giant issue. But when you look at this doesn't seem right. Okay, so I put down the math, and the numbers that I used here are based off of considering Gold 2 the lowest rank, so I put it at 1, and Diamond 2 the highest rank, which it's 7 away from, or 6 away from, so it's a 7. Now, the person who was unrated, he did fairly well, and just to make sure that these numbers weren't skewed, I put him as a Diamond 1. That way it's at least a little more similar to the other team. But in total, if you add all their ranks up, you would get a 20 and the other a 32, or a differential of 12 ranks. That is crazy. The fact that in one game you could have a Gold 2, a Gold 3, and a Plat 2, and on the other team only have Diamond 1 and Diamond 2. It doesn't make much sense, and it proves that these ranks right here just simply don't mean anything. The fact that G2 artists can be Plat 1 and be playing with Radiance because he's just stuck in that particular rank, but has the MMR of a Radiant player, doesn't make any sense. And I think overall they really need to work on this rank system and the way that these ranks right here, these particular ranks work, because they currently don't really say much. Saying that you are an Immortal right now, or saying that you are in Gold, or whatever, or me saying that I'm in Diamond 2, doesn't mean a whole lot because there's so much disparity in ranks right now. What really matters is your MMR. Well, I mean, what truly matters is your skill, but what matters is your MMR, but you can't see that. That's hidden in the game, which I think is rather stupid in my opinion. But I just found this very interesting, actually sitting down and breaking down these 6 games that I played. And aside from the fact that Jet game was really weird, this all actually makes pretty good sense. And for a while now, since this act has started, I've been saying, hey, I don't like the way that this system works. I think that how much you gain and lose are too close together, and it doesn't give you the availability to go up in rank, even if you're winning and losing about the same amount of games. But clearly, if you look at this, it actually makes rather good sense. I'll hit on it again. I went up 8, and I was up 16 rounds and up 23 kills. That actually makes pretty good sense to me. Obviously, I'm only looking at 6 games, so I don't have a big pool to look at. Obviously, if I had 100 games, 200 games to look at, and I could actually sit down and analyze everything, I could probably get better results and better numbers. But overall, I think that this was actually pretty interesting to look at. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know that this isn't gameplay or anything like this, and for a lot of you, this might be boring, but I found it kind of interesting to be able to sit down and look at why I went up and down what I did, and how I did in those total of 6 games. But the fact that I was Diamond 2 playing in a Gold 2 lobby, and not to mention that, I just want to point out really quick, when I say these ranks don't matter, we had a Gold 2 go 12 and 9, and they had a Diamond 1 go 1 and 14. So tell me that the ranks matter. When I look at this, I've had a full Radiant Triangle teammate on my team, and still absolutely lost horribly, and had a full Triangle Radiant go, like, I think he went like 7 and 18 or something like that. I've seen really high rank people do really bad, and really low rank people do really good, because the rank system is not that accurate in my opinion. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and y'all take it easy. Deuces.